G'day scrappers. Well, here I've got a huge GPU server rack. Didn't know they came this big, but yeah, we'll check it out. Alright, so it's too heavy to even move. I had to use the hydraulic lifter to get it up on the table. So there's a couple of fan modules missing. They might have fallen off as I was bringing them in, but we'll just get rid of the fan modules and make a start. So I've had to reverse the microphone, so hope it works okay until I get a new camera. Alright, so the fan modules are out, and it might have, no it doesn't, good. Well, not good, but it doesn't have hard drives, so I can leave them in there for now. It probably did have hard drives when I picked this up. They gave me a couple of boxes of hard drives that they destroyed themselves, just for client data protection, which is good enough. I still got the hard drives just smashed up. Alright, so there's some stuff on the back side too. I think I might have already taken out the power supplies, but how's that? Now it says this module is over 20 kilos, so we're looking at 60 odd pounds, and there's two modules, right? So let's see what this brings us. Okay, well, I said it's a GPU server, and 8 GPUs. How's that? Wowie wow. Goodness me. And it was used in like universities. Okay, so each one has got its own little rack. What are these? Okay, so they're not GPUs, are they? No, they're that's strange. He said it was a GPU unit. Well, whatever it is, it might not be a GPU unit after all. It might be just a big server. We'll see what's in the second one, but unfortunately it doesn't have all the RAM sticks that it could have had. That would have been really nice. Got nice gold fingers, but goodness, I'm not really sure what this really is. So we'll get them all out. Yep. Don't know if I got them in the camera. Yep, but that's it. So what a pity there's no RAM. You know, what is it? 6. It could have been 12 on each one. That would have been absolutely amazing. So yeah, unless the other one's got the GPUs, or the GPUs are somewhere, it might just be a part of a, yeah, okay. These are like they just look like RAM cards, and because you've got the main motherboard down here, and it's a big motherboard. You can see all the heat sinks, CPUs. So, oh well, it's probably just sort of like a server for GPUs, because he, you know, when I was picking it up, he did mention GPU, and I thought, okay, cool. But yeah, it might just be a GPU server. But we'll get into it and we'll see. Still, it's absolutely huge and heavy, so it's still good to get rid of it. So I can move on to other things and stuff. Alright, so this might be, yeah, okay. So definitely CPUs, just gonna have to make some room. Slide all this out. Okay, so there's 4 heat sinks that they've already been taken off, but the CPUs are still in there. So So that's good. They're copper aluminium heat sinks, so better value. And there's our 4 huge CPUs, so we'll get into them. Just see if I can get the motherboard out, just so I can get that out the way. I'm just trying to adjust the camera here. It's in there. All right. So I've been getting a few calls, but most of them I had to knock them back because they're just too small. You know, 2 or 3 items, and it's just not worth driving so far to, you know, or anywhere really, to pick up 2 or 3 items. So I just told them, you know, told them where their nearest eWaste drop-off point was, and you know, just said, you know, just on lunch break, just go and drop them off at the eWaste recycling point for free, because no one's going to come and pick up a couple of TVs or you know, and one laptop or something like that, you know, or seem to be getting all the calls for the large photocopiers. I'm certainly not going to go and pick up just one photocopier. The only time I do that is, you know, when they've got quite stuff, and I say, okay, because I'm picking up other stuff, I'll do this for you. And because I don't process large photocopiers, you know, the full 4 standing photocopiers, I normally just pass them on. This is certainly a heavy board. Get rid of that. Wow, it's, yeah, reasonable thickness, but yeah, it's certainly got a nice weight to it there. Okay. Look at the size of these buggers. Nice. I'll just give one a wipe. You know, if the whole system is too old, then these CPUs are going to be too old. And so, fortunately, just the scrap. And for those of you that sell boards and ship them out, I recommend closing these CPU things, the covers, because what happens if you leave them open, they're hard to stack up. These sort of like stick up, and they just take up more room. So obviously, you know, you leave them like that, and when you turn them upside down, they stay up like that, and then it takes up a lot of space in your stack. So I often get people that bring me boards not put these together, and so as I'm putting them away, I close them up myself, because it just gives me more room. But that's a pretty cool motherboard. There's not a great deal to it, to be honest. There's only one BGA there, and that's it. But yeah, this one, yeah, even though it's a motherboard, it's really hard to say, you know, to sort of, Yeah, there's really nothing on it. You know, there's tantalum capacitors, a couple, you know, a few tiny IC chips, but there's really nothing there. I think, yeah, I might just put this in just regular motherboards, and yeah, get away with that rather than trying to put this into server motherboards, even though it's got 4 sockets. I'll think about it, but yeah, you know, I like to be fair with my buyer, and you know, let's have a look at this second one anyway. I think it's, yeah, it's the same thing. So they're not GPUs. It might, like I said, it might be part of a GPU thing, but oh well, it's still it's a large kind of server that, yeah, and still no RAMs, so that's unfortunate. It's almost as if it was one that was never used, because normally when I pick up from them, a lot of their stuff has got RAM, but yeah, it might have been just one backup, but I doubt they would buy something like this as a backup. It would still be super expensive. It does have the 4, yeah, they might have just taken out the RAM and used it in other things. Yeah, so every one of them, imagine that, 12 on each one, and how many did I say? Oh, it would have been, you know, 160 odd RAM sticks or more. Had to virtually turn the whole place upside down. I thought I left the pliers underneath those cards, but they fell in here. That was silly. All right. So yeah, it looks, yeah, exactly the same on this front part, and I don't know what's going to be in the back. And yeah, but with no RAM, no hard drives, there is 4 CPUs again. Well, I might as well. Well, we just done one, so no point in doing this second one on video. Save the time. And just so, yeah, nothing at the front, and yeah, pretty darn basic now. I thought they were all GPUs, because when we were loading it in the van, you know, I think it was the top cover came out, or no, I think one of the racks slid out, and all I saw was the tops there, and I thought, oh, they're GPUs, unless yeah, they're hot swap boards, but it just looks like hot swap RAMs. You know, they add RAM, they can take it out as it's working, so no doubt this looks like a because it definitely is a GPU server, because I looked up the model number and stuff. That's what it said, but obviously it's all the other GPUs, like those GPUs there. It might even been part of that. So a whole heap of, because all they were, that's right, because all those, the Tesla NVIDIA server looking things, so they're the Tesla S 1070. So they would have been the GPUs, and they might have had, because I had 5 of them, it might have been all 5, and because they didn't have any circuit boards, just 4 GPUs in each one. So this must have been the server for that, by the looks, or could have been something like that. That makes more sense. Well, yeah, so PCI card, So there is no PCI, so I doubt this was, it might have been working because they did open it up and remove the heatsink, so they might have just taken out all these things and could have broken down, but that's only just a backplane board, pretty average one. Same as that, yeah, so there's really not much to this. For the weight, I suppose all the weight was all in those cards. And well, there is, well, yeah, so there is one PCI card, network and stuff, so at least we've got one and two by the looks. Yeah, so two PCI cards. These might have been standard, the other ones would have been for add-ons. You could add on everything you want, but so yeah, now I've worked it out. It is a GPU server, but it doesn't have the actual GPUs in there. The GPUs come separately, and this they just would have loaded up with a whole heap of RAM and stuff, and yeah, RAM and the CPUs obviously. So 8 CPUs and like 164 RAMs possible. Okay. Alright, so there's only one thing left, and that's the backplane board, and it looks like a good one, so I might as well get it out. Yeah, I'll give it a go. I undone a whole heap of screws inside, but it might come out this way. A lot of this is a sealed unit, and you can't really open anything up. And there are a couple of screws that are behind the unit, so there's no way. This must be it. It looks like there's actual something else. I'm just really got to turn it around, I think. Looks like there's something else that is stuck into the, plugged into the backplane board. It might be the whole, yeah, it would be, wouldn't it? It would be this whole hard drive module. So let me get rid of that. That might be a problem. Don't know if this is going to be it. 2 screws. I doubt it. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it was. I was right. There had to be a reason why the backplane didn't come out. There we go. Whew. Okay, now it makes more sense why it's so heavy. There's a lot of construction to this, and we've got a couple of extra cards in there. What a bonus! Hey. Just mid-grade boards and another PCI card and just fan modules, and yeah, no hard drives in there, but that's pretty cool. Now that is completely done. I thought usually the brackets are steel, which it is. It's just the handles that are aluminium. Right. Well, it's certainly a lot lighter than it was a few minutes ago. There we go. Okay. There we go. And gosh, they've wrapped it in so much steel, it's crazy. But where's my screwdriver? More screws. They're everywhere, they're everywhere. Is that it? A lot of work just to get this backplane board out, but it is a heavy one. There we go, scrap steel. All right, another one. Good stuff. So yeah, so this is one of those higher grade backplane boards. Got a lot of those gold pins and stuff here on both sides. So obviously you can see the shine of the really nice high grade, good quality gold pins, and a decent weight, not as heavy as some, because it's got a lot of hollow gaps. You know, sometimes these backplanes are full of just these and really add a lot of weight, but you know, it's still okay, just not as much as normal. Alright, well, that's this box done. I'll just get rid of this. Finally, it's manageable. Okay. Alright, so we've got a just a regular card. Yep. Yeah, nice and gently. Beautiful. All right. So these cards, there aren't anything spectacular, but the 16 RAM modules, they're not bad. It's just obviously just a mid-grade board. And the same with this, nothing spectacular. Even though it's got little fingers, it's not really a PCI card. Maybe you might be able to get away with it, but nah, maybe. And we've got a couple of little backplane boards there. Obviously, it does have a lot of MLCCs, quite a lot. I'll just give them a little test just to see if the MLCCs are magnetic or not. If they're non-magnetic, then I'll keep them. Okay, now we've got our little MLCC hard drive magnet, very magnetic. So there's still a little possibility there is silver and palladium in this, but and obviously the magnetism is nickel, but usually when they are, the magnetism isn't as strong. It doesn't just jump out of my hand. Normally it would just pick them up, and then you can kind of shake them off. So these are just mid-grade boards. Even if they were non-magnetic, if you left them on, there would still be a mid-grade board. It's just that I'm wondering whether to take them off or not, but now I don't have to worry about that. They're done. And just a bit of wire. Get that out. Quite a lot of wire, I'll deal with that. Clean it all up. Okay. So I can now slide these modules back into the big case, and to obviously compact the scrap steel. Alright, so ended up with 2 of these CPU boards. The one I still got to remove. These that you just saw, a couple of PCI cards, and mostly mid-grade. We do have 2 of these modules that came from the back. Quite a large PCI card actually, and then just a riser card would just barely be a mid-grade board. So a couple of them. And then we've got a couple of these just riser cards, also came from the back for various PCI upgrades. So it could have been anything this machine. And then we've got 16 of these buggers without the RAM, so that's a real shame. Got really nice double set of gold fingers here. Just not sure, might have to get these. I just want to have a look at it. Looks like just a very average, yeah, just a silicon chip BGAs. Alright, quite unusual ones. Rectangular. Not sure if there's anything on the back of them. I doubt it very much. We'll get one out. So, I mean, if these were, you know, I suppose I could put them with PCI cards, or just PC motherboards. I'm not really sure because, okay, that's just steel. That's a bit of aluminium, can break off. Yeah, so there's nothing really on the other side, but still, I reckon if I took off these heat sinks, I can put these into, I'm not really sure. They can't really go in PCI cards. I might try and get away from being in PCI cards, or just put them in, yeah, I might just put them in regular motherboards. But then again, if I put them in regular motherboards, I could technically take off the fingers, but yeah, not sure about that. Not sure how to grade these because they're only BGA. So I know gold recovery, these BGAs with the silicon chip are very low in, you know, in gold anyway. A main refiner would get, you know, quite a bit out of it. Even the whole board would be gold flashed, and then you've got the fingers which are gold plated. They can't flash fingers really. Maybe they can, just a thicker flashing, but usually it's a plating because they go in and out of a slot. They've got to be, you know, these you can kind of scratch up if these were going in and out of a slot. But then again, yeah, I'm no expert. Yeah, but I might just put this into, oh gosh, yeah, PC motherboard. I think that'll be best, safest. And there's what, 16 of them, so that's quite a lot of them. So we did get a lot of boards and 2 of these big heavy servers, and also obviously the nice Backplane board. So I can get high grade for that for some reason. So there you go. That was GPU server. What I thought, looking at the top of these things, I thought they were these things, but or they were just covers and they had GPUs in there like that. But it's not what it's about. It's those Tesla, Nvidia, actual GPU servers where there's 4 of these in each one, but there's no, I was wondering why isn't there any motherboard or anything, no CPU, nothing. So this is where it comes from. So quite a amazing full-on unit. Like, it would have been very expensive with the servers, obviously with the GPUs, but even just as they are, for 8 CPUs, possibly, you could have had 180 RAM sticks and as many PCI cards as you wanted. Yeah, interesting, really interesting scrap. It's the first GPU server that I've got that's dedicated server. I do have a few other server things and GPU things, but that's all I wanted to do in this video. Just GPU server that was kind of different to how I expected, but still we got pretty damn good value. Just wish there was RAM in there. We got the CPUs, they're nothing. They're only cheaper CPUs. All the RAM would have been awesome. But anyway, keep scrapping, guys, have fun, and I'll catch you real soon.